Hi everyone, I'm Kelly, and we are talking about Who Am I? We are at the tail end of our series, and we've been talking about how our identities are tied to God's identity. Today, we are going to be looking at how connecting to God can... Oh wait, oh no! I lost my data signal. That stinks. My phone is so handy. I mean, you have the basics, calling mom and dad, sending texts, taking pictures, but it can also do incredible things. I can FaceTime my nephew, who lives in Florida. I can learn another language through the Duolingo app. I can connect with people from across the world on social media. I can make myself look like a dog using a Snapchat filter. But my favorite app is Google Maps. It always finds me the fastest routes. This thing can do amazing things. But when it's not connected to a data network, it's not very effective. It loses some of its purpose. It's no longer this helpful, essential tool that I can depend on. It's a hunk of metal and glass. Okay, it's still a phone, but it's not everything it could be. I've definitely had moments in my life where I felt a bit like a phone with no network. Sure, I'm capable of being energized and focused, kind and generous, but I'm just too disconnected to care. Sometimes it's because I'm mentally exhausted after a long day of work. Sometimes it's because I'm too busy and adding one more thing on my plate is going to overload me, stress me out, and I will close myself off. Whatever the reason, life can leave us feeling disconnected from our purpose, and we're not the best versions of ourselves. So, what do you do when your phone loses its data network? You change your path and find a stronger signal. When we get disconnected and fail to be everything we're made to be, we can change our path and connect to a stronger, more powerful source, one that gives us life. Jesus talked about exactly this, except 2,000 years ago, he didn't use a phone to illustrate his point. Instead, he used the image of a grapevine. Remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. Jesus says, I am the vine. You are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. This comes from John chapter 15, verses 4-5. You see, a grapevine's purpose is to grow fruit. The vine is strong and sturdy. It's the core of the plant. That's Jesus. The branch is always connected to the vine, and that's us, his followers. The fruit that grows on the branch is the result of God's work in our life. That fruit is what we do, our behaviors, our choices, our actions. It's who we are, our identities. If we want everything God has for us, we've got to stay connected to him. Just like the branch, it won't thrive all on its own. It has to be connected to the vine to flourish and produce fruit. Like the phone, it has to be connected to a powerful signal to do the cool and incredible things. We too need to connect to our source of strength, power, and life for us to become what we were created to be. And that source is Jesus. Today, in your 4-to-1 groups, you'll talk about how you can stay connected to God so you can be the person God intended you to be.